Tonight, we report on a woman escaping an apartment fire in Ephrata and an attic fire in a Soap Lake house. What's going on in sports, Bob?
The course record at Bay Hill was duplicated today. Stick around to find out which golfer shot the low round. Here's a look at our Weather Center forecast.
And from the Weather Center, we're looking at a springtime forecast. Yes, indeed, spring started today. The first full day is tomorrow. Looks very nice. Looks like a nice weekend shaping up as well.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A woman escaped a fire in the Karen Lane Apartments Wednesday night by climbing out a window. The Ephrata Fire Department and Grant County Fire District 13 responded to the fire at the apartment complex, located at 269 D Street Southeast, about 8:40 p.m. Deputy Fire Chief Anthony Graff said the fire reportedly started in the bedroom. A neighbor spotted the fire and the woman climbing out the bedroom window and called 911. The woman was taken to Columbia Basin Hospital for possible smoke inhalation and treated. Firefighters took roughly 15 minutes to extinguish the fire. It damaged the bedroom, and the heat and the smoke damaged the rest of the apartment. Investigators are still trying to determine the cause of the fire. A fire burned the attic of a Soap Lake home yesterday afternoon. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Firefighters extinguished a Wednesday afternoon blaze that swept through the attic of a Soap Lake home. The roof of the home was destroyed, while the back half of the home and kitchen area were left water damaged. No one was hurt in the blaze that Soap Lake Fire Chief Brandon Hood said was possibly caused by an electrical extension cord in the attic. The attic was being insulated at the time. The two-bedroom home at 323 2nd Avenue Southeast is owned by Shelley Hannaford, according to Hood, who himself tried to douse the blaze through an exterior opening in the attic. High winds gusted, causing the fire to flare up. The city's fire department was aided by Grant County Fire District 7. A hole was cut through the roof to help fight the fire. The blaze was reported at about 4:30 p.m. and firefighters extinguished the fire in about a half hour. A relative of the homeowner was working on insulating the attic and reported to Fire Chief Hood that he left the attic for about 10 minutes, returning to find heavy smoke. He reportedly told Hood that the extension cord being used for power was left plugged in at the time of the fire. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Thanks, Jeff. 2 people were injured when a boom trailer hit an overpass on State Route 28 near Quincy yesterday afternoon. Robert Kappa, a 50-year-old Wenatchee man, was driving the 2007 Peterbilt that was pulling the trailer when it hit the railroad overpass about 7 miles west of Quincy near the Crescent Bar turnoff on State Route 28. According to the Washington State Patrol, a concrete irrigation box on the back of the trailer broke, hitting a 2012 Chevrolet pickup truck and a 1999 GMC pickup truck, which were heading west on the highway. The semi rolled and ended up on its side in the eastbound lane. The 2 pickups stopped on the shoulder of the westbound lane. Kappa and a passenger in a Chevrolet pickup, a 24-year-old Bellingham man, were injured. 2 more people in the collision were not injured. The State Patrol cited Kappa for being over the height restriction. Moses Lake Irrigation and Rehabilitation District board members deny former Director Mick Hansen's allegations. Board directors Jeff Foster, Bill Bailey, Ken Kernan, and Ron Covey released a statement in response to Hansen's letter of resignation. Hansen, who resigned his position earlier in March, accused the board of being unwilling to address the problems facing the district. He argued the board was overcharging property owners on their property taxes and should change its voting system. The board stated, former board member Mr. Mick Hansen continues to make unfounded allegations of wrongdoing against the MLIRD. The allegations were disproven by audits from the state and reviews from attorneys and the State Attorney General's office. Now let's take a look at people with warrants issued by the State Department of Corrections.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We will be back after this.
If it's metal, we buy it at J&K Recycling, from junk cars to farm equipment and everything in between. We are looking to buy industrial and construction equipment, iron and steel, copper, brass, or aluminum. We buy scrap metal of any kind. We can come to you to clean up your junk so you don't have to. Give J&K Recycling a call today. Remember, if it's metal, we buy it.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
And hi there, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this first afternoon of spring. Yes, spring started late this morning, and we will see our first full day of spring tomorrow. And the headlines calls for nothing big heading our way, although we do have a weak wind shift moving across the area that might create a little bit of a breeze the next 24 hours. But we'll call it a seasonal chill into our Saturday, lower to mid-50s for highs is that seasonal temperature. And then good things. Spring does try to pop in the area with the warmer temperatures sliding out of the weekend into much of next week. And by midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's signs of a little unsettled weather for about 36 hours, just some scattered showers. But until then, it's pretty quiet. Speaking of quiet, 52 degrees, a nice afternoon for the first afternoon of spring. Seasonal high is 56, so a little bit below normal. 31 degrees, the morning low, and that was pretty close. Now this 1/100th of a precipitation, this was from yesterday afternoon. Okay, so nothing since 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon yesterday. 54 and 34, the extremes in Moses Lake. And again, yesterday afternoon, early evening, a few raindrops, but nothing since midnight. You can see temperatures pretty close to seasonal levels. The record 70 and 26. Boy, 70, wouldn't that be nice? We're not going to get that warm. Maybe in the lower 60s by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. In the meantime, we're settling into a very, very nice, pleasant evening. The first setting sun for this season of spring. 17-degree dew point. That means there's a big difference from 49 to 17. Very dry air, so we will see a temperature in the 20s to near 30 tomorrow morning. So a bit of a chill to wake up to. Here's what's going on above us with some clouds and some precipitation moving across mainly to our north. You see some clouds develop during the afternoon, but generally nothing significant. You see up to our north a little bit of moisture, but generally we're looking pretty quiet. Here comes this little system moving across Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. It might create a bit of a breeze, but that's about it. I don't think we're going to see much precipitation with that either. So specifically for the last day of the work week and the first full day of spring, you see west of the Cascades, not too bad, mid-40s to lower 50s. Across the mountains we go, and into the inland northwest, upper 40s. Spokane, not too bad. In fact, the Columbia Basin, not too bad either. Back home we go, and you can see lower to mid-50s for the daytime highs. In fact, I'm just going to sit back and let you look at it. It looks like a very, very nice afternoon heading our way. Just a little bit cooler than where we should be. Again, mid-60s is where we should be. So one day below normal. You notice the morning low is pretty chilly the next couple mornings. And then we warm it up. Near 60 on Sunday, into the 60s Monday, Tuesday. Near 60 with a few showers on Wednesday. Well, keep it here. Sports is coming up next.
This Tundra's a beauty. So rugged, reliable.
Tough, too. Looks way tougher than the F-150. Can't wait to get some dirt on it.
If you hurry, you can save during our sales event.
Put it through the ringer. Drag some stuff. Haul something.
Right now, you can lease a new 2014 Tundra for $279 a month for 24 months with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance included.
Best test drive ever. I'm taking it home today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Chuck DeMuerler, the new manager at Furniture West. Furniture West has been a part of the Moses Lake community for over 30 years. My team and I have expanded our inventory to meet our customers' needs. We have over 100 recliners in stock. We have a fantastic sleep center with dozens of mattress choices from the best brands in the business. Come see our great kids section with some of the most fun kids furniture you will find anywhere. We are your source for power reclining furniture. Check out our new selection today at 117 West Broadway Avenue in Moses Lake.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. Mark Reynolds homered for the second straight day, one of 5 Milwaukee Brewers to connect in a 9-7 victory Wednesday over the Seattle Mariners. Robinson Cano returned to the team after a 5-day absence to take care of personal business in the Dominican Republic and went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Cano has hit in 9 of 10 spring training games and is batting .556 for Seattle. Starting pitcher Wiley Peralta hit a 2-run drive, and Logan Schaefer, Chris Davis, and Juan Francisco also hit solo shots for Milwaukee. Reynolds and Francisco hit theirs back-to-back in the 4th inning against Mariners starter Blake Bevan. Bevan and Peralta had their struggles on the mound. Bevan allowed 7 runs on 8 hits in 5 2/3 innings, his longest and least effective outing of the spring training. Peralta gave up 5 runs off 8 hits in his 4th spring training start, working 6 innings. Masters champion Adam Scott tied the course record at Bay Hill today with a 10-under 62 in the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Scott made 2 eagle putts and had 3 birdie putts longer than 20 feet. One of them was well off the green on the 15th hole. It gave the 33-year-old Australian a 4-shot lead among the early starters on a perfect day at Arnie's Place. It was the lowest round in 30 years at Bay Hill and was good enough to make a big crowd forget a moment that defending champion Tiger Woods isn't there this week. Woods was forced to miss with a back injury. Andy Bean in 1981 and Greg Norman in 1984 are the only other players with a 62 at Bay Hill. The lockout of Major League Soccer's referees has ended following an agreement on a 5-year labor contract. The Professional Referee Organization, which manages game officials for the U.S. Soccer Federation, the MLS, and the Professional Soccer Referee Association, announced the agreement today. Replacements had been used for the first 2 weeks of the MLS games. The PRSA was certified by the National Labor Relations Board last May to represent and assist referees and 4th officials working MLS games. The sides had bargained since July. The Wenatchee Wild is in action this weekend for a 2-game set with the Port Huron Fighting Falcons at the Town Toyota Center. The Wild is currently tied in the Coulee region in the race for the 3rd place in the North American Hockey League's Midwest Division and 1 point ahead of Kenai River. Well, there is a full slate of high school and college sports going on over the weekend, so be sure and get out and support your local teams. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Cleary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
What's important at Eagle Home Mortgage is taking care of our clients, being honest, and doing loans full of integrity.
We understand that every borrower's situation is unique. We offer a variety of products to help meet individual requirements.
What sets us apart is that we get things done, and we get things done at a fast pace. It doesn't take days and days. Se habla español.
Our spotlight story tonight is about an Electric City woman's horse therapy that helps others. Here with the story is Jeff Chu.
On ranch property in Electric City, not too far from Grand Coulee Dam, you'll find an ordinary horse corral that some say provides an extraordinary service for special needs youths. Heather Downs, program director for the Grand Coulee Horse Rescue, has developed a non-profit horse therapy program for special needs children and adults.
What we do is we allow the children to come in. We let them pet the horses, feed the horses, help with any maintenance duties that there might be. Then they have the opportunity to care for them themselves.
One person who has benefited from the program is Mikey Williams.
Mikey is actually our ambassador for our program. He is a wonderful asset because he comes and all of the horses love him. Him and his mother Jan come, and he is learning how to be more confident with the animals. When he started, he was afraid to even touch the horses, and now he can feed them, and he'll be helping us with our other kids that are involved in the program as well, because everybody loves Mikey. Everybody here knows Mikey, and we just all love him very much.
Oh, there's no tree. There's a tree.
You smell like treats, but there isn't any treats.
See, look, there's a tree, did you fish?
Jan Williams, mother of 26-year-old Mikey Williams, said the program has been a great help to her son, who is an equipment manager for the local high school football team. Mikey misses his brother, who died.
Well, this is giving us a whole different outlet that is his own identity, that isn't connected to anything he's done in the past. And with someone of Mike's nature, with his with Down syndrome, it gives him new pathways. It gives him new memories that aren't just associated with sadness with losing his brother. I'm going to be really honest. It's really therapeutic for him.
Heather also works with Grand Coulee Dam School District to help its special needs children. She was brought up with horses, an activity her father encouraged.
He always raised me around them, and it was always something that I wanted to get back into. And my very good friend, Chris Holman, introduced me to the program and asked me to come and help him. And since then, it has grown.
An historic building was moved onto the horse therapy site, donated to use for the program's offices.
The building here is the old Green Hut Cafe, which used to sit below the dam where the visitor center is now. It is told that Theodore Roosevelt talked about plans for the dam as he ate there. And so we think that's a pretty neat bit of history. We want to incorporate that into the learning of this property as it has been moved down here now. Kurt Heckla found out about our program, and we were interested in this property, and we asked him. He donated it for our use.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
The prosecutor's office is getting a second deputy prosecutor to focus on gang-related crimes. The Grant County Commissioners agreed to allow the prosecutor's office to reassign a deputy prosecutor from traffic enforcement to focus on gang-related crimes for 6 months to a year. The move is meant to create a gang prosecution task force. The deputy will be working with the deputy prosecutor the county hired in 2010 after the county received a federal grant. The task force will handle gang-related crimes in Superior, District, and Juvenile Court. Lee stated it's necessary to have a prosecutor in juvenile court since gang membership often starts when people are less than 18 years old. The state is cutting less funding for Grant County than was originally expected. The state's budget cut the county's criminal justice assistance appropriation by $140,000. The cut came after the legislature received notice a grant the county received to pay for the David Nichols murder case was awarded incorrectly. Commissioner Cindy Carter said a proposal to cut the appropriation by the same amount for the next 2 years was dropped. When Carter spoke with Senator Janaea Holmquist Newby's office, officials told her it was too late to take the cut out of the 2014 supplemental budget. The money the county is losing is generally spent on new equipment or renovations related to criminal justice. Grant County's chief accountant, Jake Taylor, said the revenue loss may create a little bit of a burden, but the county can overcome it. The money doesn't go into salaries. In Northwest news, a barista in Spokane is claiming self-defense for her concealed weapon license. Here with the story is the Associated Press.
A rash of recent robberies has baristas at Jitters Java doing more than calling the cops. Some, like Crystal Cogswell, are now holstering weapons.
Rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
No matter what shift it is, it could be daytime, nighttime, morning, there is always a gun here now.
This recent security footage shows an intruder apparently trying to get into the shop through the takeout window. The effort wasn't successful. It's why Cogswell wants to keep her pistol where customers can see it.
Before, I never really felt an immediate threat, so I would just have it off to the side or somewhere hidden. But now I feel like if someone can see it, maybe it'll just deter it right then and there.
She says almost all of her customers approve.
I think it's pretty awesome.
I don't find it intimidating. Like, knowing that they have guns in there doesn't make me not want to come get coffee or anything. Like, it's fine.
Cogswell says she has a concealed weapons license and has been around guns her whole life. She says the next person who intends to rob the shop has a lot more to worry about than a shot of espresso. Ned Barker, Associated Press.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow.